we're going to look at three major psychological aspects here. Dislike, which is basically, I hate cleaning the dishes, so I always have a sink full of dishes, and it's getting on my nerves, it's depleting me, I hate it, but you can't get around to it because you just dislike it so much. Any other examples of dislike?
Cleaning the house.
Cleaning the house, yeah. So it's like, dislike. So there are a lot of reasons, and it's probably one of the easiest one to tackle in some ways. The next one, fear, is a little harder, because fear has more emotional power to really get us stuck. I mean, being afraid of negative consequences, being afraid of not being perfect, being afraid, what else?
Failure.
Of failure.
Like rejection.
Rejection. So what better way than procrastinating, because then you don't have to face that fear. And procrastination very often is a way of minimizing or trying to minimize an immediate negative emotional experience from the psychological perspective. And a lot of people have written about that in ways of overcoming that and really looking at ways of minimizing fear as something that stops you in your tracks versus fear that sort of can motivate you too. And lastly, it's resentment. I mean, of course, there are many other things, but that's what we'll be talking about today. Resentment is when you feel you're supposed to do something, but you really don't want to. Do you have any examples?
Yeah, with me, it's a lot of times it's things that other people have required of me. Like it's not out of my own volition and free will, and it has a very sort of eat your peas kind of thing about it. Like, you will do this, it's your job to do this, you're going to do this. And just the mere fact that I didn't originate with me. I mean, it could even be something I might like to do. Oftentimes it's something maybe at work, because I have to do it.
Mm-hmm. So what happens? What's the immediate response?
I dig in my heels.
And you procrastinate. Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to do it.
All right. Any other examples?
I'm out of work, and I resent having to look for work because I've always just, I used to freelance, and I would just get called regularly, like consistently. And now everything's sort of changed. Plus, I want to change what I do. So it's not. I know in a certain way deep down I resent it, but.
Okay, but it's a good step that you know it's resentment, or for you too. It's
realizing it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's always the other option that I tell people. You know, if it's really something you don't want to do, don't do it. Don't struggle with it. Make a decision that you're not going to do it. It's just the feeling bad about it that gets us sometimes into more trouble than just not doing something. So that's something to address.